Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Mortal Kombat player. And this video is all about Master of Storm's Raiden, the full guide. I have been working on this for a while. I've just been having a tough time trying to sit down and find a time to record it, but here it is, so we'll just jump right into it. Basically, this variation gives some of these little thunder orbs. You can place them in front of you, behind you, up there, or directly up top. And you'll find that you don't really use the air ones a whole lot. I mean, you could use them as traps to kind of keep people from jumping out of the corner. Oh, I have her on reversal mode. Turn that off. But the majority of the time you'll just use this one, and they can go from full screen. So if you go and you put one in one corner, I'll see if I can show you here. So we're going to put one in this corner, and then we're going to put one in this corner, and you get the trap. Full screen, doesn't matter where they are, there's a trap there. So that's kind of a cool thing about it, they have to respect it. As far as strings and stuff to get the trap out safely, on hit, the majority of them you're going to be able to get one out, no problem. Depending on where you are on the screen and stuff. But on block is where it gets kind of tricky because you don't really have any guaranteed strings that put them out there. This one is probably your best one, your forward 2+4 into the orb, but even that is still unsafe. So you kind of have to go with gimmicks, kind of do them at points where people wouldn't recommend it or wouldn't expect you to do them, you know. Stagger strings. But the easiest way to kind of do this and make this effective is by already having one orb out. So when you're kind of in the neutral, just always have just one out somewhere, and that way if you do like an unsafe string or something like that, then it's leading into a trap and they have to block it. So it doesn't really matter that you're negative because they have to hold the trap. And that's kind of where a lot of its pressure comes in handy. Just kind of get your things into it. See, you can throw them in, do a tech roll. And then Superman. You have to do that tech roll or else he won't recover in time. I think. We'll try it again. Maybe we'll learn together here. Yeah, he doesn't recover in time if you don't do the tech roll. So I find that the majority of the time when I have the traps out, people tend to block low because I don't want to eat it. For whatever reason, I mean it's just a high attack, so I usually find that I get lots of overheads after a block trap. Just because people are blocking low. But, you know, it depends on the opponent, how well they know the matchup and stuff. And in addition to that, you also get added chip damage, so you'll see it does 0.5% chip damage, and it's out there for a long time, like quite a while. So we're going to get probably close to about 25% chip just from standing here and watching it eat away. Isn't this fun, guys? Look at all that chip, it's just gone. Just gone. Now we're approaching 30%, almost 30%, man, that's craziness. Just from chip. So you can use this in the corner, and you'll see me do this in my videos quite a bit. Put that out, and then you start doing some frame traps and fun stuff. Do. Forward 2, one of his better moves. It's +2 on block, so that makes a frame trap into this back 1. That's guaranteed. They have to block that. Or armor it. So get used to using that one. That one's +2 as well, but it pushes you out of range for the elbow. So you can do that into the forward 1 if you want. That first one will whiff though since it is a high. But that's the main one I want to do. Is this one into that. And once you kind of start hitting them with it, you can just kind of do this over and over again. And start staggering this one. Boom, 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 boom. You can also just stagger that. That's safe. It's -4. But I usually tend to end it with the shocker because it tends to hit them. Something like that. One more thing you should know about the orb is that the orb will actually get you the first hit bonus at the start of a round. So if nobody's hit each other and you just throw an orb on them, you don't even need both of them out, you just need one. It gets you the first hit, so I thought that was kind of cool. Whether that was intended or not, I'm not sure, but... So the second thing that he gets in this variation is you can cancel his Vicinity Blast, which is that move. Which creates some interesting combos. I'll see if I can hit one here for you. So that's a good one off the low, because the low is usually unsafe in most situations, but that way is kind of a good way to make it a little bit less safe, or a little bit more safe. Sorry. And you saw me end it in the 1-1-2. There's two ways that you can get a free orb out, and one is by ending it with the 1-1-2. The other one is with the forward 4. Both of those are the only two guaranteed ways to get an orb out. If you already have one orb out, you can also get a free trap off of this one, because you can get the orb out, but then they can do a wake up attack. So just be aware of that. You can try and break their wake up attack, because the trap will hit them, but the armor from their attack might eat up that, so you can try and do like a forward 1 depending on the wake up attack. Like if it's Predator or something slow, you'll probably hit it, but so yeah. That one. That one. So his combos are pretty basic as far as Raiden goes. There's nothing really too spectacular that's different in this variation. My favorite corner combo off the overhead is going like this. Pretty standard, you've seen it in my videos. But what's cool about Master of Storms is you get more damage by having a little orb out. And then off that, 47, almost 50%. You get the trap, you can get a second orb out. Then off the trap, if you want to keep him in the corner, you can do neutral jump punch. Neutral jump punch, forward 2, 1, 2, boom. Bar meter for 34%, which isn't the greatest, but it'll do, pig. It'll do. You can also end up in a restand with that, but that's not very good, because that doesn't leave you at a lot of hit advantage. It does again if you already have an orb out. Then they gotta hold the trap. So that's kind of where it comes in, where there's like the gray area there, because if you have the orb, if you have one orb out already, chances are whatever you're doing, more than likely to get a trap out for free. You get the 50-50s going. I dropped the combo there, but you get the idea. As far as armored moves, this one's probably his best one. It's neutral on block and has 2 hits of armor, so it's kind of tough to break. He also has 2 hits of armor on the Superman, but of course the Superman is extremely unsafe on block. He gets no extra strings or anything like that in this variation. It's strictly just the orbs. Full screen. If you want to send him to the corner, that's the one that you would do off the trap. You get a little bit of extra damage. Use a bar meter if you like. Boom. 34%. Yeah, standard Raiden combos, the forward 2-1 back 2. Do it 3 times. Again, the Superman lets you get an orb out, but it doesn't guarantee it. So they can punish you for it if they do a wake up attack. But again, then there's a guess if you already have an orb out, so something like that. Show you just a few combos mid-screen. That takes a bar meter, but it is off the overhead. You can option select the overhead into that, because the titty twister is only -7. So otherwise this is like minus a jillion. Let's go look at what it is. What's it back to? -32. Yeah, so it's extremely negative, so you can make it only -7 by ending it with that, but then you don't, of course, get the damage. Not the biggest deal mid-screen, really, because our goal is really just to get one combo, get them to the corner, set up an orb, and go for chip or extra damage on our combos. I will usually take the opportunity if I think they're going to hit by that, to just throw out another orb there, and you can still get a combo anyways. I'm going to get another one. But if they block it, it's unsafe. So he really is just one big gimmick. You know, as long as you're just not afraid to just uppercut somewhere and you're aware of the orbs, then you'll probably do fine against him. One thing that I've noticed works really well is out of sight, out of mind. If you're full screen like this, right in the center, throw an orb, and then come on in. You can't even see it. Then they have to remember whether it's there, and then they have to guess whether the timer ran out on it or not. So you're like, oh, that's an orb, and they're like, oh, it's gone, and you're like, nope. Boom, baby. I dropped it that time, but... So there's a couple of neat things that you can do against specific characters. One, like Kotal Khan, for example, and if you have him in a certain area and he doesn't have any meter or anything, Blood God doesn't matter, but you can just keep doing this over and over again. It makes it very hard for him to even touch you because he can't get in your little orb field. It's super cheap, especially if somebody already doesn't know the matchup. Kind of look like a dickhole, but if you're in a tournament or something, then you know, by all means, do what you can to win. You can use these ones to get a combo off an uppercut, but like I said, I find those really rather gimmicky because, I don't know, I never hit them. If they lasted longer, then yeah. I would definitely think that it would be useful if they just like stayed for like the whole length of the orb, but as they are now, I just really don't see a point in using them at all. So that's basically it. I mean, he's got standard Raiden combos, so you don't really need to go into too much detail about that. He doesn't even have any extra strings. It's all just using that orb and kind of faking them out. Knowing your free orb setups and taking advantage of them when you get them. Off 1-1-2 and forward 4. Get them to the corner, use your frame trap. Forward 2, back 1-1. Or you just stagger forward 2 if they're respecting it and go into a mix-up. I find forward 2 into overhead works quite well. Gets quite a few people. And then you're like, oh, look at that. Now your legs are in your armpits. And I get a free orb. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much Master Storm's Raiden in a nutshell. You know, kind of explain the variation overview. Just some basic strategies and stuff like that. There's not really too many advanced ones. Boom. Boom. I want you in my room. Oh, got him. So that's it. If you have any questions or anything that I didn't cover, there's so many different like traps and combo setups that are just not viable at all, but I didn't want to go into those. I did do a video about that a while back, so I'll try and put a card on the screen here somewhere you can click to go back and check that out. But yeah, any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like because it really helps me out. And subscribe because we make videos like this all the time. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.
Accept your death.